Katy Perry is allegedly, well, no, probably not allegedly, somewhat facing low ticket sales as her um, tour, Lifetime's tour, starts off in America in May. I'm going to the Houston show, and I was actually very surprised how easy compared to somebody else whose tickets I've been trying to get or was trying to get. I was surprised how easy and relatively, I guess, like normally, how normal ticket prices are or have been in the past. Like hers is kind of still relatively the same. I like thinking about other tickets that I've gotten. Hers falls in line with ticket prices. I just don't think people. Now, first, I thought this article was talking about her, like one specific show or one specific city, but Yahoo is saying something different than what the Daily Mail was saying. The Daily Mail was saying that it's just like Minneapolis, but Yahoo is saying it's smaller cities or different cities, not so much like LA or New York. Those cities are doing better in her ticket sales. Um, oh well. I kind of wasn't expecting her to even tour America because she was continuously talking about and revealing so many different other countries, not even cities, other countries, um, tour dates. And I believe this tour starts in like Australia. Um, and every day for like a month straight, she was like adding more dates, adding more dates, adding more dates down there or over there. And then she went to like Europe, adding more dates, adding more dates, adding more dates. And it was like, oh, okay, I guess she's not touring America. So I thought for a second she was gonna pull the erotica thing, sort of thing Madonna had did. Even Michael Jackson did that. He didn't tour America for a very long. Wait, was it a very long time or for like a whole decade? I don't remember. I think it might have been a decade. But like speaking of like Madonna and this like controversial controversy that her and Katy kind of had. Katy was kind of flopping. Okay, wait. Madonna wasn't flopping. Madonna was just like, oh my god. Madonna wasn't flopping during the Erotica era because Madonna's album went like number one. It still sold millions of records. Album went number one, singles went number one, selling millions of records. It's just she was like, oh my goodness, this man in his car, like it just goes off. And I don't live in the ghetto, you guys. I just don't understand what's going on. Now I lost my train of thought. God damn. Okay, so Madonna wasn't. She was just like had so much controversy about the whole sex situation that I think she really only had like 5 or 3 or 4 American dates, and then the rest were like European shows. And you know what they say about like the European market and outside the overseas market with like Kelly Rowland and Madonna at the time, and even Michael Jackson, that they support no matter what. Tina Turner, they support no matter what. If you had a hit song or not, they're gonna show up and they sell out. But maybe because it's a little bit difficult, it's probably more easier to tour in America. But I feel like a lot. It's hilarious that bigger artists, okay, more recently successful artists and slash bigger artists than Katy Perry will tour just in certain areas for whatever reason. But then you have like Katy Perry or Kelly Rowland going to different markets outside of the US, and they're very successful. They in Australia, in Japan, in parts of Europe, and they continuously go there. But then in America, they can't even get um, arrested. So it's so fascinating. It's so fascinating. Yeah, I really didn't think Katie was gonna do an American leg, or I didn't think she was gonna do so many American shows. I think it's probably a good like 2 months she's gonna be here. But the funny thing is about this tour is she's going like in and out. So I'm like, I hope she takes care of herself, being well rested, well energized, well, just, taking care of yourself, because the tour schedule seems very fast and in and out of the country a lot, which is so interesting. I'm excited to go to the show. I the controversy with like this album, working with Dr. Luke. Yeah, it was probably not the best decision, but career wise, looking at looking at like 90% of her hits, 90% of her songs, 95% of her songs, Dr. Luke produced them. So you probably were trying to go back to something. At the end of the day, you probably were trying to go back to something that was familiar, something that was profitable from you. And for what is it, 143? 143 is not such a bad album. I think it's not really like a bad album. It has really good melodies, really good um, choruses. The lyrics are like, okay, the lyrics could be better, but 143 is not a bad album. That's why I really decided to, after like continuously playing it, I'm like, oh, this isn't really a bad album. And I was like, if she goes on tour, I really want to go see her. And I got really good tickets. I got a really good ticket. I think it's called the Infinity Pit. Eternity. It's the Eternity Pit. The last pit. And I was just like, the Eternity Pit was like $50 more than the general seats on the floor. So I was just like, let me just go ahead and get the Eternity Pit. So I'm excited to go, actually. I'm really, really excited to go. Um, and she was saying she was going to do more songs that she's never done before. I'm not like a huge Katy Perry fan, but Teenage Dream. I like the singers off of Teenage Dream. What's it called? Prism is my favorite Katy Perry album. 365, Chain to the Rhythm. Those are my favorite songs. That other album before Smile wasn't a bad album. Smile is a bad album. And then we have 143. 143 is a pretty decent album. So I'm excited. I like the little remixes she did at Rock in Rio with like the songs. So it's like, is she gonna like incorporate that? I'm excited to see it. And this year, I'm like trying to not look at set list. I'll look at pictures, maybe look at the video without the sound on. But I don't want to don't want to look at the set list. I want to be surprised. Even going forward in like June, another artist I'm trying to see, I want to be surprised. So yeah. But yeah, these low ticket sales are not surprising. Not surprising at all. Like I said, I really didn't think she's gonna tour America because America is judgmental. America is not supportive like that. Um, it's funny that I'm not necessarily calling this a protest, but it's funny that are not interested. It's funny that like different stores where there's like this notion to like protest with your money, and you protest with like different stores. And one way artists definitely feel that protest, feel it's, I guess it's a sort of protest. You can call it a protest or disinterest. Um, One way artists actually feel that artists feel it more than necessarily companies and stores do quickly, because once those tour dates go out and nobody's buying the tours, nobody's going on the tour, it'll be interesting to see. It really will. But I definitely will report how packed the arena is in Houston on the 7th, I think it is, of May. Um, I'll definitely report back and give you my little opinion. Shout out to Katy Perry. Look at that. Like, what is she singing? Yeah. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment below. Uh, Also, like in the '90s, Michael was going through that whole like allegations of child whatever. He went over to Europe. He did not tour America. Very successful, very well, always 100% sold out. Madonna, like I said, the Erotica Era, not really a flop, but I think it was like a decision. The whole like sex thing, other overseas sex is more accepted and understood. And so she went over there with a girly show, yes, in Australia and Japan and Europe, and had like 3 or 4 dates in America. And so, yeah, I think she should have probably done a couple of dates in America and I had like a full US leg. Katy Perry. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they were canceled ish. I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not surprised by this